Good morning, dear friends. I'm now upright. I'm right side up. I just wanted to let you know that you can look forward to my Facebook Live message tomorrow on making love better tips. I will be doing that right side up or upright. Um, I just had it on its side. I couldn't do anything about it, and I didn't want to interrupt. So, in a word, just to recap so that you see me right side up this morning. The tip for the day is the power of the pause. And you can see the other little 7-minute video that I made on my previous message. But just wanted you to know that I could do this right side up. And it was good to see many of you this morning. Kathleen, there you are again. Hi. And Sharon, good to see you. And now, we're up and running. I really knew better. I thought maybe I could get away with doing it on the side so I have a broader screen. But now I know this is the way we need to do it. So the power of the pause, just to reiterate, for those of you who missed my comments and you don't want to watch my other video, which I'm lying on my side, the power of the pause is to give yourself power, literally the power of taking a moment to gather yourself, to recognize that you've been triggered. Someone's poked you, somebody has pushed your button. And when anyone is successful in triggering us and pushing our button, they've got the power. And this is your opportunity to take your power back, to say to yourself, I refuse to react. I don't want to react like I've always been reacting. I don't want to act like a crazy person. I don't want to scream and shout. I don't want to throw dishes. I don't want to slam doors. I don't want to say things that I'm later going to be sorry for. And after I say it, I'm going to feel twice as guilty, and we're off and running. And for what? Because if people do trigger us, and even if they mean to push our buttons, if you could see that as a gift, if you could see the fact that these other people are in your life to give you an opportunity to find your power, to find your voice, to take a deep breath, to pause before you do something crazy, so that you experience being aware of what you're feeling in that moment and experience your ability, your resilience to be able to choose how to respond to that trigger. We're all going to have triggers. We're all under stress most of the time. We all are surrounded by people who are pushing our buttons and trying to, maybe not trying to, but inadvertently, especially people who are closest to us. So here's our opportunity to literally take a moment, maybe it's just 2 or 3 seconds, to say to myself, I'm going to respond, not react. And if someone in our lives is complaining about something that we're doing, like leaving dishes on the sink, or, not cleaning up our stuff, or, just not paying enough attention. I had a conversation with a client the other night who's in a new relationship, and the guy is on his phone almost all the time. Now, there's no such thing as all the time, of course, but it began to feel that way to her, and she began to feel invisible and irrelevant. And she didn't quite know what to do or what to say, but she'd been with me long enough to know that she was being triggered. And this was leading her to feel like she was going to explode at any moment. And she scheduled a session with me to talk about it because she wanted to be able to address the issue with him without derailing their very sweet, really good relationship, except for this particular issue. And so she gathered her thoughts. She did pause. She didn't react. And so we had a conversation about what she might do and say and how to do that, so that she could treat his being on his phone all the time as something that was an invitation for her to use her voice, which had been a lifelong issue for her. And so she chose not to react in the moment that it happened the next time. And she said to him, this is not the time and place to talk about it, but yes, I'm upset, because he observed that she was obviously pissed off about something. She said, when we get home, they were out with friends, and she didn't want to, embarrass him or herself by talking about it then. So when she got back home, she said, okay, you wanted to know what I was upset about. So I'm going to tell you because this is not the first time it's happened. So I've just been observing, and I have been talking to my therapist about it and my life coach about it, and this is what is happening for me. I don't want you to feel like I'm criticizing you, but I want you to know I'm kind of giving you feedback because when we're together, you're on your phone a lot. And I understand that sometimes you take calls because it's your business. I understand sometimes you take calls because it's your kids. But this is a matter of degree. And sometimes I feel like when we go out to dinner, and if you take one call after another, I'm sitting there feeling like I'm a bump on a log, I'm irrelevant, and that I feel like I'm not important to you. I mean, ostensibly, you invited me out to dinner so we could have quality time, but there's no quality time. And I feel, invisible, irrelevant, and it doesn't feel good. Well, she got his attention. Obviously, in a relationship that's new and the guy is, just adores her and he's really falling in love with her, he wants to please her, and he had no idea. And he had no idea. So she gave him feedback about what his behavior was causing within her. And she chose to own what she was feeling at the moment and not blame him, but to give him the feedback about what it felt like when he was on the phone much of the time. So the power of the pause is to give yourself that edge, to give yourself that moment, to gather yourself and ask yourself, how do I want to respond here? Because I'm with someone who matters to me. So in a nutshell, that's what I talked about earlier, and I wanted you to see me right side up or upright this morning, and go make it a wonderful day. Make love better in your lives. Do that one little thing, and it'll make a big difference. Bye for now. Make it a great day.